I'm Hillary Howard. Welcome to It's Academic, the world's longest-running TV quiz show produced by Altman Productions in association with David M. Rubenstein Productions and WETA.
Support for It's Academic has been provided by the following: George Mason University. All together different.
Call us different.
Different in where we come from,
Where we're going,
and how we think.
but the same in our dreams for tomorrow.
Driven by the pull of possibility.
To inspire,
To think fearlessly. To protect and to heal the planet. We know the world will change.
together.
We will be the ones to change it.
Call Mason different. All
Together different.
Well, hello. We are so happy to have you with us for our second semifinal match of the season. We're really excited. One of the reasons is that all of you guys are so good at bringing it. And now you're going to bring it again with our fast start. In this round, questions are worth 10 points up or down. First team to buzz in gets to answer. And for you at home, the students do not see what you do on your screens. Here we go. The ayes have it. All your answers must begin with the letter I, as in ice cream. This state has its capital at Des Moines, TJ.
Iowa.
Yeah, this is the name for the finger next to your thumb, Blake.
Index.
Correct. A sideways figure 8 is the math symbol, Blake.
Infinity.
Correct. This is Turkey's largest city, TJ.
Istanbul.
Yeah. This is the two-letter name of one of Jupiter's moons, Blake.
Io.
Correct. In physics, this is the tendency of a body at rest 2, Blake.
Inertia.
Correct. The square root of -2, Blake.
I. No.
No, I'm sorry, it's imaginary.
Oh, yeah.
This layer of the Earth's atmosphere lies, TJ.
Ionosphere?
Yeah, you got that one. This is what the I stands for in the government's IRS. Yeah, Blake.
Internal.
That's correct. The country of Panama is what kind of narrow? Rockville.
Isthmus.
Yeah, you've got it. And that does it for the fast start round. Let's check out the scores. We begin with Rockville, home of the Rams, 110 points. Thomas Jefferson, 130 points. And Blake, 140 points. We are so thrilled to have such fine students on this show, so let's meet them. We begin with Rockville and Daniel. Hey.
Hi, my name's Daniel. I'm a senior, and I've done its academics since 9th grade.
Wow. And you're a senior now. Well, it's been good to have you on all of those years. Alan.
Hi, Hillary.
Hey.
I'm a senior at Rockville High School. This is my 4th year on It's Academic.
Beautiful. And Jameson.
Hello, my name's Jameson. I'm a senior at Rockville High School, and this is my, that's a year and a half I've been doing It's At.
A year and a half. I like that. It's very specific. So, guys, we have questions for you in this mix and match round. Questions are worth 20 points, nothing off for a wrong answer. And we begin. Ninja vanishes instead of vanishing. See if you can find in this phrase the name of what island where over half the population of Indonesia lives.
Java.
Yes. Intrepid, inspired, innocuous. A person who is very brave can best be described by which of these adjectives?
Intrepid.
You've got it. I'm not going to say this one, but you can see it on your screen. Otherwise known as the reef triggerfish. This is the state fish of what U.S. state? The last to join the Union.
Hawaii.
Yeah. Lagrange. By rearranging these letters, you can name what nasty Shakespeare princess who plots with her sister Regan against their father, King Lear.
Goneril?
Goneril.
Yeah, that's it. Palmyra, Pompeii, Petra. Which of these three ancient cities was badly damaged in 2015 by fighting in Syria?
Palmyra.
Palmyra.
You've got it. Those who study the blank have God as a teacher. You can complete this quote by Tycho Brahe by adding what objects such as Sirius, Arcturus, and Alpha Centauri?
Stars.
Stars.
Stars it is. Nicely done, Rockville, 230 points. Over to Thomas Jefferson High School from Fairfax County. Arya, tell us how long you've been on the show.
Hello, I'm Arya. I'm a senior at TJ, and I've been doing It's Academic for 1 year.
All right, Devin.
Hi, I'm Devin. I'm a senior at TJ, and I've been doing It's Academic for 1 year.
And finally, Abigail.
Hi, I'm Abigail. I'm also a senior at TJ, and I've also been doing It's Academic for 1 year.
All right, so how's it going for you guys?
It's going pretty well.
Pretty well. Glad to hear it. All right, here are your questions. Wash a lettuce. It's always good to wash lettuce, but see if you can find here the hidden name of what type of sedimentary rock that can be a source of oil.
Shale.
Yes. A bell tower, a dilemma, a storeroom. If you were in a quandary, you'd be in which of these?
2.
Yes, a dilemma. The Rough Wooing War. This 9-year war began in 1543 in an effort to force marriage between England's Prince Edward, age 5, and a 6-month-old baby who would grow up to be what Queen of Scots?
Mary.
Mary it is. Hog's son. Rearrange the letters in this anagram and you'll get what title held by Japanese military leaders until 1868.
Shogun.
You've got it. Dr. Zhivago, Dr. Doolittle, Dr. Pangloss. Of these 3 fictional doctors, which one is an optimistic philosopher in Voltaire's novel Candide?
3.
Yes, Pangloss. The only reason for a blank is so everything doesn't happen at once. To complete this quotation from Albert Einstein, place in the blank space what concept or continuum called the 4th dimension.
Time.
Time is right, and your time with questions is up. Thomas Jefferson, 250 points. And now we head over to Blake, home of the Bengals. Nikhil, hi.
Hi, I'm Nikhil. I'm a senior at Blake, and I've been doing It's Academic for 4 years.
All right, Nathan.
Hi, I'm an 18-year-old senior. I've been doing It's Academic for 4 years, and I've been on the program for 3.
Very good. And Fred.
I am an 18-year-old senior, and this is my 10th appearance on the show. It's been fun.
It's been fun. Okay. There's a backstory there, everybody. We'll find it out later. Guys, here are your questions. Strange no men. Hidden within this phrase is what word referring to the scientific project to map all human genes and DNA base pairs?
Genome.
Yeah. Dynamic, soporific, brisk. Something that makes you sleepy can best be described by which of these adjectives?
The second one.
Yes, soporific. A yap. This term describes a group of what kind of very small dogs named for a state in Mexico?
Chihuahua.
Correct. Help id. I don't know if it will help your id, but it will certainly help your score if you rearrange these letters to name the ancient Apollo oracle at what Greek site?
Delphi.
Yeah. Minnesota, Kansas, Oklahoma. Although these states all had economic problems during the 1930s, which one was not in the Dust Bowl?
Minnesota.
Correct again. Bad comics repeat themselves like blank monsters. You can complete this unamused comment by filling in the blank with the name of what poisonous lizard that lives in the American Southwest.
Gila.
Yeah.
Gila.
Gila is right. Nice, Blake. 260 points. That does it for the mix and match round. We have Picture Perfect next.
I'm David Rubenstein. From the Kennedy Center and the National Archives to the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument, I've been pleased to support many important organizations and historic sites linked to American history, art, culture, education, and more. I believe giving back to our country isn't just an idea, it's an action, a patriotic action that involves all of us. And it begins with education and learning about our nation's past so that we, the people, can make a more perfect union for the future. We can do it together. Please read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
And now, a question for the audience. Do hyenas really laugh? Not exactly. The laughing or giggling sounds they make are in response to anxiety or alarm, not a fellow hyena's comedy routine. But hyenas can count. Did you know that? Males will check out the number of other males in a pack before joining it themselves. Back to the teams.
Are you ready for some pictures? Yes, thank you for that. Okay, this is the Picture Perfect round. Questions are worth 20 points up or down. Once again, first team to buzz in gets to answer. This is the Rub al Khali Desert located, TJ.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's it. A rosy dot over the I in loving. This was a French dramatist's description of what K-initialed mark of affection, Blake?
Kiss.
Kiss is right. These flowers grow along a road in Lawrence, Massachusetts, near the boyhood home of what poet who wrote? TJ?
Frost.
Yeah. If X equals 5, Blake?
Zero.
No, it's 100. These rock formations are considered sacred by people of what South American country, second largest in land? Rockville. Answer?
Peru.
No, Argentina. This is a treasure map supposedly drawn by what 17th century English pirate captain? Blake?
Drake.
No, it was Kidd, Captain William Kidd. Arrhenius, Ørsted, Becquerel. Which of these scientists developed the theory of ionization? Rockville?
Becquerel.
No, Arrhenius. Robert Henry's 1903 painting, Rolling Sea, depicts the rocky shore of what New England state? Blake?
Maine.
Maine it is, yes, and that does it for our picture perfect round. Let's recap the scores. Rockville, home of the Rams, 190 points. TJ, home of the Colonials, 290 points. And Blake, home of the Bengals, 260 points. You know, these students are all exceptional and they do amazing things, but sometimes you need a little help from some friends. Let's turn it over to Rockville first. Alan, who's with you?
Hi, so behind me is our principal, Ms. Piles, and our coaches, Mike Smith and Dr. Goodrich.
All right, good to see you guys. From Thomas Jefferson High School of Science and Technology, who's with you, Devin?
Hi, so behind us we have our principal, Mr. Mukai, and our coach, Ms. Fu.
All right, nice to see you guys always. And finally, from Blake, Nathan, tell us who's standing behind you.
I'd like to thank our coaches, Mr. Caulfield and Mr. Kalina, for helping to prepare us for today.
Beautiful. So good to see all of you. You know, I love when we meet the coaches and administrators because that kind of support brings these kind of results, everybody. We're about to embark on the packet round. And Rockville, you get to go first. TJ, you choose what packet they will answer questions from.
We'll go 3.
3, all right. And in this round, guys, questions are worth 20 points. As you know, nothing off for a wrong answer, but if you get all the questions right, a 25-point bonus. Here we go. Freedom of speech, press, and religion are 3 of the 5 basic freedoms granted to us in what number constitutional amendment?
First Amendment.
Correct. A museum in Ohio was named for a pioneer named John Chapman, who traveled around the country planting fruit trees, an activity which earned him what 2-word nickname?
Johnny Appleseed.
Yeah. Though its milk contains 4 times as much protein as cow's milk, this superfood will not be available anytime soon as it's difficult to milk. What insect, known in Spanish as la cucaracha?
A cockroach.
Cockroach?
Isn't that disgusting? Would you ever drink it? I think not. Here's your science question. Henry Cavendish, Richard Feynman, Luther Burbank. Which of these men was the 18th century scientist who studied the composition of air and is credited with the discovery of hydrogen?
Cavendish?
Cavendish?
Cavendish it is. In 1989, deep-sea explorer Dr. Robert Ballard discovered the sunken remains of what German battleship named for Germany's 19th Iron Chancellor?
Bismarck.
Yeah. What 1971 book by D. Brown presented history from a Native American point of view with Indian eyewitness accounts? Got anything? It is Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee. Here's your math question. Evaluate this expression, giving your answer as a positive integer.
3 plus 1 times 9, so 36.
36.
36 is right. And now we have your guest questioner. It is Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, and it's academic alum.
Many of the 20,000 enslaved men who were promised freedom if they served with the British during the American Revolution sailed north afterward to what modern Canadian province where Halifax is the capital?
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
Yes, beautiful Nova Scotia. Nicely done, Rockville. 330 points. TJ, your chance to play. And Blake, which packet will they play from, one or two?
Number 1, please.
Number 1. Oscar Wilde's romantic comedy, The Importance of Being Earnest, was first performed on what February day that celebrates romance?
Valentine's Day, February 14th.
That's it. That's right. U.S. involvement in the so-called banana wars of Central America ended because of what major economic downturn that dominated the 1930s?
Great Depression.
Yeah. Vachel Lindsay was an American, but one of his best-known poems names what second longest African river in its title?
Congo.
Congo is right. Here's your science question. Islets of Langerhans, nodes of Ranvier, nephritic cortex. Which of these terms refers to the small areas in the pancreas where insulin is produced?
The first one.
Yes, you're right. Mount Odin and Mount Asgard are two of the highest mountains on what B-initialed island, the largest in Canada?
Baffin.
Baffin's it. What American author wrote about totalitarian dictatorship in The Iron Heel, as well as an iron-willed ship's captain in The Seawolf?
London.
Jack London is right. Here's your math question. Evaluate this expression, giving your answer as an integer.
5.
Yes, it's 5. And now your guest questioner, another It's Academic alum, Maine Senator Angus King.
Still widely used today, a special screw device was used to raise water levels. It was invented by and named for what ancient Greek mathematician who died in 212 BC?
Archimedes.
Archimedes is correct. 25-point bonus for Thomas Jefferson. Giving them a score of 475 points. And now, finally, Blake, packet number 2. A 16th century Chinese inventor died when he sat in a chair attached to 47 rockets and set them off in an attempt to reach what Earth satellite where there's now a crater named for him?
Moon.
Can you imagine? Many owls live in barns, but the elf owl likes to nest in what spiny desert plants of the southwestern United States?
Cactus.
Yes. In 2003, scientists unearthed the remains of a 2.5-ton prehistoric ancestor to what large, thick-skinned mammal with 1 or 2 horns on its snout?
Rhinoceros.
Rhinoceros is right. Here's your science question. Cartilage, spherical, chitin. Which of these terms refers to the main constituent of the external covering of insects?
The third one.
Yes, chitin. Giant amoebas have been discovered 7 miles down in the Challenger Deep in what Pacific Ocean trench?
Marianas.
Yeah. Among the British writers who died in World War I was H.H. Munro, an author better known by what one-word pen name?
Saki.
That is right. Here's your math question. When A equals 2, what does B equal?
Yes. 3.
3 is right. And now your guest questioner, PBS NewsHour co-anchor Jeff Bennett.
In the spring of 1940, every available ship in England was sent across the Channel to rescue 330,000 Allied troops from what French port?
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk is right. And with that, a 25-point bonus and 445 points. Well done, Blake. We've got the grab bag round next, and I think it's going to be fast, so please stay where you are.
Hello, I'm David Rubenstein. Did you know that a cockroach can live up to a week without its head? It can breathe through tiny holes in its body segments, but it needs its head to eat and drink, so a week is about it. I'm David Rubenstein, reminding you to read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
All right, we've reached it. It's the grab bag. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Questions are worth 20 points up or down. The first team to buzz in gets to answer. Also ready? I'm going to give your scores first. 330 points for Rockville. TJ, 475 points. Blake, 445 points. Yay! But was that unfair of me to fake you out? Okay, here we go. The nation's first telephone directory with just 50 names was issued in 1878 in what city that's home to Yale University, Blake?
New Haven, Connecticut.
New Haven, Connecticut.
Yeah, in Shakespeare's Macbeth, guests presumably lost their appetite when the ghost of what? Blake?
Banquo.
Yes. When The Elephant's Dance is a novel set during the Japanese occupation of, yes, Blake.
Korea.
No, Philippines, on your screens. These New Mexico mountains share their name with what pipe and pedal musical instrument favored by Blake?
Yeah.
Organ.
Yeah. One of Dickens's lesser-known works is The Mud Frog Papers, about a doctor who bleeds his patients with what sort of Rockville? Leeches is right. Choice. In an aqueous solution of table salt, which of these would accumulate at the anode? Sodium, hydrogen, or chlorine? Yeah, Rockville. Answer.
Chlorine.
Yeah, chlorine. Russians' Ivan the Terrible was not known for sensitivity. Yes, Blake?
Lithuania.
No, not known for sensitivity, but even he denounced the massacre of the French Huguenots. You know what we were going for, St. Bartholomew's massacre. On your screens, people will buy anything that's won to a customer. That was the observation of what 20th century author of the novel, TJ? Give me something.
Dickens.
Sinclair Lewis, what 20th century author of Main Street, at approximately 4,850 years of age. One of the world's oldest living trees has been given what name? Yeah, TJ.
General Sherman.
Methuselah. No, sorry. What is 8 to the 4/3 power, Blake?
16.
16 it is. Forming much of the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe. Yes,
Zambezi
Blake,
River.
you are right. On your screens. This 1942 Rockville.
El Alamein.
Pardon me?
El Alamein.
No, the other piece of it, we're going for Bernard Montgomery. Otherwise, a 10th century Native American settlement called Cahokia was home. Blake? Answer? In 3,
Illinois.
2, Illinois it is. Nice. A will directing that all his assets be used for the freedom and education of American slaves. Yes, Rockville.
Freedmen's Bureau?
Who?
Freedmen's Bureau.
No. Kosciuszko is what we're looking for. In a tribute to ancient tradition, what American cellist of Chinese ancestry, Blake?
Yo-Yo Ma.
Yo-Yo Ma is right on your screens. I'm sorry, answer.
Cornwallis.
Nope, it's Robert Clive. Here you have what 18th century British general whose success at the Battle of Plassey was critical in securing British control of India. Sheridan's play The Rivals includes what female character whose name identifies her habit of mangling phrases? Yep, Blake?
Miss Malaprop.
Miss Malaprop is right, and that does it for the grab bag. Our second semifinal is in the books. We'll have the scores coming up in just a minute.
I'm David Rubenstein, and I believe giving back is something we all can do. Many students are getting involved in their communities in important ways. I've asked them to share with us how they're making a difference.
Hey, my name's Devin, and I'm from Thomas Jefferson. And one thing that I do in my community is last summer I served as a teaching assistant at a credit recovery academy, the West Springfield High School Credit Recovery Academy. And essentially what a credit recovery academy does is it allows students who didn't pass a course during the school year, in this case it was U.S. history, it allows them to take that course in the summer and earn credit that sets them on a path towards graduation. And I do it because I really believe in the power of education as a tool for empowerment. My family has always told me that education comes first, and I want to spread that mission to other students.
Like these students, you too can help improve the lives of so many people by volunteering in your town and community. Please read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
Before we do the scores, I want to say these teams are fabulous, and each of the teams knows the other is fabulous, which is why they were so competitive and buzzing in early. And by the way, a lot of times their answer was right in terms of where they thought the question was going. So props to that. Now, let's do the scores. We begin with Rockville, home of the Rams. Daniel Allen Jameson, 330 points. Bringing in a 25-point bonus. Thomas Jefferson, home of the Colonials. Arya Devon Abigail, 435 points. Nicely done. And coming back for the championship game. Blake, home of the Bengals, Nikhil, Nathan, Fred, and little Blake Bengal, the tiger, right? What's his name? Benny, I always forget. 545 points. We are so happy that you were here with us for this second semifinal match. We love that you guys all support education the way we do. And remember, everybody, it's academic. Bye-bye.
Support for It's Academic has been provided by the following: George Mason University, all together different.
Call us different.
Different in where we come from,
Where we're going,
and how we think.
but the same in our dreams for tomorrow.
Driven by the pull of possibility.
To inspire,
To think fearlessly. To protect and to heal the planet. We know the world will change.
together.
We will be the ones to change it.
Call Mason different. All
Together different.